Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and I'm amazed to say that this is our 800th multiplayer battle that I've put onto our Brotherhood YouTube channel. I can't believe we've actually got to 800, and what I wanted to do was to try and find a special battle for our 800th, you know, a memorable, worthy battle. Now, we don't get many close battles these days, but this is a close battle. Okay, there was a little bit of lag in this game, I believe, to start off with. But as I say, we don't get many close battles, and I wanted to find a close battle that's going to keep you on the edge of your seat right up to the end of the battle for our 800th battle here. So, as I say, this game was a little bit laggy at the time, at the beginning of the battle, but as I say, it's a good close battle, and I think it's one that you'll enjoy. And as I say, I can't believe that we've actually reached the 800 mark of multiplayer battles on our channel. Okay, so it's just to say, it's played on my favourite map, the Germanic Forest map, where you can fight out in the open plains if you want, or as we said before, you can hide your troops in the woods and spring those nasty ambushes onto enemy troops. And of course, if you bring a barbarian faction, you get the winter bonus as well. So as I say, I really like this map, it's got a lot going for it. Okay, our first teammate is someone who's called himself OTG Chinrizig, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now, he's got 9 infantry, 5 archers and 6 cavalry. Have a quick look at the upgrades on his infantry. You'll see that some of his infantry have got gold shield, gold attack on them, and others of his infantry have got 7 upgrades on an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his army there. So he's got mixed upgrades, but only 9 infantry. And if you notice, his cavalry have got 7 upgrades on an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So that's Scorpion King's army there. It'll be interesting to see how he uses it during the course of the battle. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member TR, who has unusually bought the Carthage faction. Now, TR has got 15 Sacred Band Spearmen, 3 Slingers and 2 Cavalry. Have a look at the upgrades on his infantry. You'll see he's got 8 upgrades on his infantry, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. We know this infantry does well with just 1 experience stripe on, so to put 2 experience stripes on, gold shield, gold attack, that makes this infantry really tough. So it'll be interesting to see how TR handles that. As I say, very unusual for him to bring Carthage, and there you are, and he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his Sacred Band 2 cavalry units there. So as I say, it'd be interesting to see how TR uses that Carthage army during the course of the battle. Okay, now our next teammate is Brotherhood member JGP, who told me after the battle he has never bought the Egyptian faction to a 31k battle before. So it's the first time he's ever bought Egypt. Do you notice anything unusual though if you look at the Egypt faction and the map? Do you notice anything unusual? Well, of course, the Egypt faction, if this was a desert map, would get, all those units would get the desert bonus. Okay, but it's a winter map, so they're not going to get any bonus at all here. So to bring a desert faction on a winter map is quite unusual. So JGP must have just felt like doing that, just bringing Egypt for some reason or another. So there are going to be no bonuses for these Egyptian troops at all. And in fact, I should think they find a winter map a bit cold. So it'll be interesting to see how JGP deals with these guys. So there's his Pharaoh guards. He's got 8 of those. He's got 6 archers. There you are. Look at the upgrades on his Pharaoh guard spearmen. 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on them. Okay, let's say he's got 6 archers and 6 chariots. There you are. I think, if I remember right, 1, 2, 3. I think he's got 8 upgrades on his chariots, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Now, the thing to remember with these Egyptian chariots is, yes, you've got the big fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops, destabilizing them, making them more susceptible to routing, plus good attacking specifications. But the main thing is about these chariots is they don't run amok. You know, chariots, what we've seen before, when they run amok, they kill both friend and foe alike when they're routed. With these guys, they don't run amok. When they're routed, they just leave the battlefield like any other unit. So you get the fear factor they bring, the great attacking specifications they bring, but you don't get the run amok on them when they rout. So I think that's it'll be interesting to see how JGP deals with Egypt. As I say, it's the first time he's ever brought them to the 31k battlefield. Our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander. Now, I've got 15 infantry and 5 cavalry. Okay, 15 infantry and 5 cavalry in this old Roman army of mine. Okay, so we've got quite a diverse team here. We've got Rome with Scorpion King. We've got Carthage with TR. We've got Egypt with JGP and Rome with myself. This should be a cracking 800th battle, and we hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at Scorpion King's old battle formation here. This is a battle formation I used to see him bring many, many years ago, and it's nice to see him bring a bit of old school onto the 2023 battlefield here. Be interesting to see how that old school battle formation does during the course of the battle. Should be a great one for you to watch. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Barclayman. Now, Barclayman, it's got 12 pikes, 4 archers and 4 cavalry. Okay, 12 pikes, 4 archers, 4 cavalry. If you notice the upgrades on his pikeman there, if you count them, you'll see he's got 8 upgrades. That's 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. That makes these optimum upgraded there. And just look at the length of those pikes that our men have got to fight down to try and kill the man on the other end. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry there, and you'll see he's got 7 upgrades, and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Now, sneaky Barclayman here has hidden some of his units there. You see he's got 12 pikes. I think he's got 3 pike units and 2 archers hiding in the woods there that he's going to bring out a little bit later in the battle. So, as I say, sneaky Barclayman there, showing his reputation. Okay, the next teammate is Brotherhood member Madking. Now, Madking's got the bog standard 31k old Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, he's also got an eagle unit there, look. So he's got an eagle unit and his infantry general as well. See his infantry general as well. So he's got a lot of morale going on in that army. But as I say, that's the bog standard 31k Roman army there. And the reason it's the bog standard 31k Roman army is because it's so effective and so efficient. And he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. Okay, so that's the bog standard 31k old Roman army there. Be interesting to see how he uses that. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now, Aurelius has just got 10 Spartans, 5 archers and 1 cavalry unit. Okay, so 10 Spartans, 5 archers and 1 cavalry unit. And this is Aurelius's faction of choice on RTW. Quick look at the upgrades on his general there. He's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And their 4th teammate, if we can find him, he's somewhere hiding in the woods here. Oh yeah, there we are, we can see him there. I say their 4th teammate is Brotherhood member Mantu, and he's also got the old bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, as I say, that's the ever since we bought the 31k rules out about 15-16 years ago, this has been kind of the bog standard 31k Roman army that most players bring, 14 infantry and 6 cavalry, and of course it's very effective and very efficient. That's why it's so popular. Okay, so there's both the teams. It's got the potential to be a cracking battle, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this stage of the battle here, as we said, sneaky Barclayman now is moving his troops that he had hiding in the woods there. He's just moving them out of the woods now, look. And what I'd like to draw your attention to here is what he looks to me like he's going to move his spear and pikemen over into the woods there, backed up by his cavalry. But what I'd like to, draw your attention to here, can you see how he's slowly walking his troops? You know, if something moves fast at the corner of your eye, you notice it. But something moving slowly and steadily, you might not notice that. So, sneaky Barclayman here is just moving these units very slowly and carefully into the woods opposite them there, where my guess is he's going to try and hide those units and then kind of spring them as an ambush onto us later on in the battle. So nice tactical move there by sneaky Barclayman. As I say, going to move those units into the woods very slowly and steadily and hope that we don't notice. But I must be honest, I think Scorpion King noticed it first before any of us. So we were aware of what was going on there, and I think Scorpion King's probably going to target those units with his archers a little bit later on in the battle. Okay. So you can see our team all forming up here at the moment. There, you can see us all forming up. You see Scorpion King's moved over from the right flank over to the centre here now. So we're forming up, and you can see the enemy team are doing the same as well. They're forming up. So it'll be interesting to see if they're going to target our Egypt ally or not. I think that could be quite an interesting thing to see there, because they may well look upon Egypt as a lesser 31k faction. As I say here, you can see, as we said, sneaky Barclayman there moving those units into the woods. Of course, the moment he stops moving in the woods, those units will disappear. We won't see them, and he's hoping that we haven't noticed them there. But as I say, Scorpion King had noticed them right from the beginning of when they first moved. Should be a good one to watch. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, you'll see Brotherhood member Mantu bringing his army out of the woods towards my army there. It'll be interesting to see how aggressive Mantu's going to be during the course of this battle. Sometimes he can be a very aggressive player, sometimes he can play a bit defensive. So it'll be interesting to see what Mantu's going to do on this flank. I can see a lot of the elite Cretan archers of Aurelius moving forward there. As you can see, remember, these guys got long range, got a good rate of fire, and are really elite archers there. And it wouldn't surprise me if our teammate JGP moved his archers forward to actually neutralise them. But I'd just like to show you an interesting old school, old fashioned tactic here. Can you see that JGP's got his bowmen here? Now these are the cheap mid-range bowmen. Okay, as we know, the Pharaoh bowmen are probably the best archers in the game, but he's got a couple of cheap archers there that he's put out front to try and attract the expensive Cretan archers' arrows. Can you see? Onto his cheap archers. Well, he keeps his elite Pharaoh bowmen at the back of his cheap short range and mid-range archers there. So that's a really good old school tactic there. He'd love Aurelius to shoot his expensive Cretan archers' arrows into his cheap archers at the front of his battle formation there, if you like, while he keeps his Pharaoh bowmen at the rear, targeting those Cretan archers there. So let's say a nice old school, old fashioned archer tactic there that you don't see very often. As I say, these bowmen here, very cheap mid-range Egyptian bowmen there, and as you can see, they really are attracting the expensive arrows of Aurelius's Cretan archers there. Okay, over here, as I say, on our left flank, you can see Mantu moving very, it seems, aggressively towards my army there, and I notice he's got his cavalry out on the flank as well. Pause the game for a second here. This was a nice teamwork move by TR, putting a spear unit in front of my main battle formation there to deter any possible cavalry attacks. There, obviously, anything with a spear or pike on RTW is anti-cavalry, so by putting that spear unit in front of my battle formation there, that would definitely neutralise any kind of cavalry attack coming in there. So a nice bit of teamwork there by TR, and as I say, you can see Mantu slowly but steadily moving his cavalry out to the flank there. So it'll be interesting to see how Mantu handled his army during the course of this battle over on this flank. As I say, there's TR's spear unit there, ready to receive any type of cavalry attack that might come through onto my battle formation. Also, he's put a slinger unit there as well, to be able to obviously shoot some slingshots at the enemy there. And as I say, the cavalry of Mantu moving out to the left flank there. And anywhere you can see, Aurelius has moved his 10 Spartans forward. As I say, 10 Spartans, that's an unusual low amount for a Greek city's army. I just wonder what you guys think. Usually people bring 14 Spartans, don't they, normally, in the Greek city's army, so only having 10, it'll be interesting to see how that works. Let's say here you can see Scorpion King has brought his army over from the right flank there with that unusual battle formation there. My guess is that he'll probably be facing Madking's Bruta army there. And as I say, for JGP's Egyptian army at the front of our team's battle formation, could be interesting to see how he handles Egypt. It's the first time he's ever brought it to the 31k battlefield. Nice tactical move here by Mantu, moving infantry out to my flank. As I say, newer players to Rome Total War that watch our battles here, we always try and give you hints and tips and explain strategic and tactical moves on the battlefield here, just to give you a bit of a heads up on playing RTW there. But he already got his cavalry out there as well, and these infantry. It wouldn't surprise me here if Mantu attacked with cavalry and infantry on the flank of my battle formation sometime during the course of the battle, as he moves his main infantry in to pin and hold my battle formation there. It wouldn't surprise me if that's what Mantu's thinking about doing here on our left flank. And here you can see Madking moving over a little bit there. Let's just pause the game for a second. Oh, those pike and archer units that sneaky Barclayman was hiding in the woods, because he's been detected by Scorpion King, he's now decided to move those units back over to the main army. Because, as I say, Scorpion King spotted him quite early moving those units. And as I say, my guess is that Scorpion King moved his archers forward there and started to target those units in the woods. So, let's say a nice tactical counter move there by Scorpion King against sneaky Barclayman's tactics of hiding things in the woods and then springing those nasty ambushes there. So you can see, Barclayman taking his units that he was hiding in the woods back over to his main army there to integrate them once again. But as I say, looking at the disposition, if you like, of Mantu's army over here on the left flank, the way he's distributed his units there, it certainly does look to me like there could well be an attack on this left flank. Let's say he's got his cavalry locked and loaded out there as well. So maybe this is where they're thinking of attacking on the left flank. I guess we'll just have to see. Let's say you can see Madking moving forward. Now what Madking would love to do is throw loads of pilots into our Egyptian ally. Remember, those spearmen of Egypt would suffer greatly from pilot damage there, and so you can see JGP running his spearmen back, and I don't blame him doing that. He doesn't want to stand there and take loads of pilot damage from Mad King's Roman infantry there. It wouldn't surprise me if Scorpion King moved his Julii army forward a little bit there, so that his pilot shield units could take the pilots there. You can see some of TR's units took some pilots from Mad King as well. Right, now here you can see Aurelius being very, very aggressive with his Greek cities there, wanting to take on Scorpion King's Roman army. Now remember, if a Spartan army takes a Roman army on head-on, the Spartans will win. Okay, because of their 2 hit points and their excellent specifications there, taking a Roman army on head-on, even if the Roman general puts his units into Testudo, the Greek city's army will win there. But you can see here that TR, being a good teammate that he is, has brought some of his Carthage Sacred Bands units over there to try and counter the Spartan attack on his teammate Scorpion King there. So nice bit of teamwork there. As I say, you can see there the Spartans moving in. You can see that Scorpion King starting to put his troops into Testudo. Okay, remember we've seen the Testudo formation before in many of our battles there, but you can see Mad King moving his Brutii infantry forward there, and make no mistake, there will be a lot of pilots being thrown in there, probably into poor old TR's Carthage units there by Mad King there. But as I say, nice bit of support there by TR, bringing his Carthaginians over to help Scorpion King against the attack of the Spartans. Now over here you'll notice that Aurelius has brought 4 of his Spartan units over here, I think to support Mantu, okay, in a possible attack on my battle formation there. Okay, I can't see any other reason why he's brought those 4 Spartans over there unless their team battle plan is to target my army. As I say, the disposition of Mantu's infantry and cavalry there, he's put his cavalry now into wedge formation there. That unusual cavalry formation there. 5 units in wedge formation for more penetration, more impact, and his general unit in wide formation there. I noticed that Mantu's been using his cavalry formation for a while now, so it'll be interesting to see there if he charges in with those 5 infantry units as well into the flank of my infantry. Just looking at, as I say, the disposition of the enemy troops there, that looks like what they might be looking to do here. But as I say, you can see here that I think Mad King's thrown a lot of his pilots in there and is now supporting his Greek city's ally by moving his Roman units forward there. As I say, attacking the Carthage and Julii units of Scorpion King and TR there. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second here. And as I say, here you can see, looking at Scorpion King's infantry units here, as I say, looks like he's putting them into Testudo, which is the classic defense against pike and spear attack. You can see a lot of pilots being thrown in here. As I say, there will be a lot of pilots there, and as I say, Aurelius being very aggressive here with his Spartans moving in on TR's Carthaginians there. There you can see those Brutii infantry there getting ready to throw their pilots. So make no mistake, there will be a lot of pile of damage going on here on our troops. But this is a nice move by Scorpion King. Once again, like a nice flanking move there by Scorpion King. I say newer players to Rome Total War. It's nice to show you some good tactical and strategic moves here. This is, say, a nice move. He's probably going to throw a lot of he's going to throw a lot of pilers into those Brutii infantry, but then he may well move his infantry back there. And you can see Scorpion King now moving his infantry back a little bit because he's seen all that cavalry coming over here, plus those couple of Macedonian pikes as well. So, as I say, they already got those pikes there, plus all those Brutii cavalry, plus the Brutii infantry, plus there's a Spartan unit there as well in amongst the Brutii infantry. So it's a good tactical move there to withdraw those units he was moving around the flank there. But as I say, the enemy being very aggressive in this battle there. That's a nice move there by Scorpion King, putting one of his Roman units there to soak up enemy pilers in front of our Egypt ally. We know that those Egypt spear units there, very rare to see them on a 31k battlefield, and they will suffer dearly from missile hits. So that's why Scorpion King's put a unit in front there. As I say, you can see more Macedonian units moving over to this flank here. They've got those Greek cities as we saw earlier, and all of Mantu's Brutii army there. So as I say, it wouldn't surprise me if this is where they're looking to attack. Mantu's got 5 infantry plus his 6 cavalry there on the flank. If you notice here, TR has spotted the danger and he's moved some of his units over here as well. I'm not saying he's going to leave all those units there. He might just leave 1 or 2. He may well move the rest of his army over to where he feels it would do best. There you are. You can see he's now moving his Carthaginian army over a little bit more to the right centre there. And as I say, you can see Scorpion King's red Julii army. Now remember, Scorpion King I think only had, if I remember right, 9 infantry, but he did have mixed upgrades. Some of his units got gold shield, gold attack. Right, and this is a nice infantry and cavalry attack there. Can you see what Scorpion King's going for? And bang! As he smashes in to Mad King's units. Can you see what Scorpion King spotted there with his years of experience? And that's why he decided to be so aggressive in that attack. Can you see the reason why he just did that? Okay, well, Mad King's general is very exposed there. Can you see Mad King's general is at the front of his infantry formation? Take the general out, take the morale bonus away. And as soon as Scorpion King saw Mad King's general was exposed, he smashed in there with infantry and cavalry, trying to take the general out. But can you see the enemy are bringing a lot of cavalry and pike units into the scrap here? There you can see there's a couple of battle damaged units of Scorpion King that he'll probably be sending in there. Remember, Scorpion King's got his archers there, and he has been shooting into the enemy troops, and he will be shooting into the enemy troops all the way through the battle here. So as I say, it wouldn't surprise me if Scorpion King gets some good kills during the course of this battle. But as I say, at the moment here on our right centre, there's a lot going on. Okay, over here on our left flank here, you'll see Mantu moving his infantry forward there towards my battle formation, and his cavalry have moved closer as well. If you've noticed, you see their cavalry's moved closer as well. So it looks to me like an attack is impending here onto my infantry, and you can see those Macedonian pikes of Barclayman moving forward as well. Okay, so say a lot going on at the same time here in this battle here, in our 800th battle. Right, you can see the Brutii cavalry charging in there like a bang as it charges in there. Oh my gosh, it's a real scrap now between Brutii infantry and Julii infantry. Here you can see TR bringing his Carthaginian units into the fray as well in our right centre, right flank here. And you can see a lot of both our teams, units routing, and enemy troops routing there. Right, can you see my SPQR cavalry charging in there like and bang as they smash in there. Now I'd just like to show you something here, and that is, can you see that anti-cavalry Macedonian pike unit there with their long pikes? Now I don't want to get anywhere near those anti-cavalry pikes with my cavalry, but what I do want to do is smash in to Mad King's Brutii Roman infantry there. So you can see my cavalry are smashing in to that Brutii infantry, but I don't want to go past that Brutii infantry because I can see that anti-cavalry Macedonian pike unit there just waiting to kill my cavalry if it gets a choice, if it gets a chance there. So what I need to do is smash in there, do damage to that Brutii infantry and pull my cavalry back. You'll see Macedonian units here moving in on the flank of Scorpion King's Julii infantry there. Nice tactical move there by Barclayman there. As I say, in this battle there's a lot of good tactics, strategy and great movement there. Now you can see Scorpion King's general unit there. Remember, the general unit has got the square banner. Okay, you'll notice that so you can always tell where the general is because it's got the square banner above that particular unit. But you can see the Macedonian units moving in on that. Right, you can see I'm now moving my cavalry back from that cavalry charge I've just put in there. As I say, I don't want anything to do with that anti-cavalry Macedonian pike unit there. I've done the damage that I wanted to there, and I'm going to charge, pull my cavalry back, and maybe charge in again. Okay, but there you can see Mad King's green Brutii cavalry locked and loaded in wedge formation there, and you can see Scorpion King moving his cavalry towards Mad King's cavalry there. Now whether Mad King's going to accept the challenge and fight that cavalry or move back, I don't know, because if I remember correctly, I think they both just got gold shield, gold attack on the cavalry, so there's no big upgrade advantage there on either of the cavalry there. Okay, here you'll see a couple of Barclayman's Macedonian units have been routed there by a couple of Scorpion King's Roman units there. Here you'll see Mad King still holding against Scorpion King's Julii units and TR's Carthage units there. At the back here you'll see I'm rallying my cavalry. I say I've got 15 infantry and 5 cavalry there, and I'm looking to take my cavalry in behind the enemy team there. Okay, newer players to Rome Total War. Remember, the rear of enemy units is the most weakest part of any unit on Rome Total War. Here you'll see Aurelius and Mad King still being aggressive there against our centre there, if you like. Our Egyptian ally is holding firm there. But as I say, you can see Mantu's moving his infantry forward there towards my troops. But at the rear here, you'll see that Mantu's moving 2 infantry units and his 6 cavalry units there round behind us there. Maybe looking to take those allied troops of ours out just to get in behind us. So we need to watch that very closely there. TR here, very tactically, very strategic. Look, keeping these units back here as a reserve to move where they need to be moved during the course of the battle there. As I say, new players to Rome Total War, please make note of that. Keeping units in reserve, fresh units in reserve, good move there by TR. Okay, so as I said, here you can see I'm starting to take my SBQR cavalry round behind the enemy troops there. You can see our allies' Egyptian chariots are in behind the enemy troops there as well. So that's a good tactical move there by JGP with his Egyptian chariots. As I say, remember, this is the first time JGP's ever brought Egypt to the 31k battlefield, so he's kind of learning on the job, if you like, there, as he's moving his chariots round behind. Okay, let's just have a look at my cavalry. Look, I'm smashing in to a Mad King's infantry there. Can you see my SBQR cavalry really bang in there as it smashes in to those cavalry units there? Can you see how my cavalry is penetrating into those Brutii infantry? Okay, I've got the full charge bonus, done the damage I wanted to. I'm going to pull my cavalry out now, and as I pull my cavalry out, can you see that a heck of a lot of Mad King's Brutii infantry has now been routed as I pull my cavalry out? Okay, but one of the main reasons for that is not just the impact that my cavalry had on there, but also the chariots of Egypt. Okay, now you can see here, you might think, well, JGP's not doing anything with his chariots, and he doesn't appear to be, does he? He's not attacking or anything, but what he is doing, he's sapping the morale of enemy troops. If you notice here, can you see even the Macedonian general frightened by chariots? If you have a look at the writing there, let's see, frightened by chariots. So even though the chariots aren't doing an attack as such, they're sapping the morale away from enemy troops, and that is one of the reasons why a lot of those Brutii infantry have routed, because of the morale sapping ability of chariots. So you might think his chariots, oh, they're not doing anything, they're not attacking, but in fact they're doing quite an important job, as I say, of sapping the morale of enemy troops and making them more susceptible to routing. So well done to JGP there for his first time of using Egypt. So you can see even Mad King's general look frightened by chariots, and that's why this infantry here has been more susceptible to routing than it usually would have been. It's because it's having its morale sapped. They're all having their morale sapped from those chariots. So nice move there by JGP. They say I'm moving my cavalry out of the range now. Now this is something that I thought you'd find quite interesting. Can you see that if you notice there, Mad King was throwing a couple of fresh units into the battle there, but because his units ran into routing units, those fresh units morale dropped like a stone, and they have mass routed as well. If you actually throw a new unit into the battle and they run through routing units of your own, then the morale will drop of those fresh units, and they will rout with the rest of the routing army there. And as I say, there you are. You just had an example of that. So poor old Mad King's, I think that's all of Mad King's infantry has now been mass routed there. Okay, so that's good news for us. That's very good news for us. I think he's still got some cavalry left, but all his infantry now has been taken out. So I think that's good news for us. At the rear of our team here, you can see Mantu with his cavalry charging and wants to take out the Egyptian general, and does it. Okay, so he's just taken out the Egyptian general, but he needs now to, in my opinion, to pull his cavalry out, because can you see you've got anti-cavalry Carthage spearmen moving in on him? Make no mistake, they will kill a lot of his cavalry there. You've got those Pharaoh bowmen there. They've been alt-attacked. If you notice, they've drawn their swords, so they're alt-attacking Mantu's cavalry there. And then you've got the Egyptian spearmen as well moving in, all anti-cavalry. The Carthaginians and the Egyptian spearmen there. As I said, anything that's got a pike or spear is anti-cavalry. So really now, after he's killed the Egyptian general, if I was Mantu, I would now pull that cavalry out really quickly before they suffer any casualties. But see, he's pushing on in there with his cavalry. Can you see he's moving in, but really he needs to be moving that cavalry out, because he will be suffering a lot of casualties there. I think he's got a couple of infantry units in there as well, but really the cavalry he needs to pull out of there, because there's just so many anti-cavalry spearmen there. As I say, I think he did have a couple of infantry. Yeah, he did have a couple of infantry units that he brought in behind us there, which we saw earlier. So they've routed, but there's a good chance they may well rally there. So well done to TR and JGP with their spear units there, chased off that cavalry. There you are, you can see Mad King still got 3 Brutii cavalry left. I think he's lost all his infantry, but he's still got those 3 cavalry ready to charge in. Okay, so our right flank has done very well. I think our right centre has done very well there as well. And now we need to start closing in on the left centre and the left flank of the enemy troops there. Okay, I think that's what needs to be done. You can see the Macedonian generals set up quite defensively there. Let's pause the game for a second here. So you can see what JGP is doing with his chariots is chasing down all the routers. Okay, remember, this is a really good tactic. Make sure you chase the routers down. How many veterans watching this have seen troops that were routing rally, come back into the battle and win the battle for the enemy? So always make sure you chase down the routers from the battlefield there. You can see Scorpion King there facing these enemy Macedonian pikes. Of course, Scorpion King with his cavalry doesn't want to get anywhere near those anti-cavalry pikes. There you can see he's got his infantry, and you can see TR moving some Carthage spearmen in there as well. As I say, Scorpion King's always very tactical and strategic with his archers. He will be shooting arrows into the flanks and rear of enemy troops there, and it wouldn't surprise me if he gets some good kills. As I say, I've got my cavalry locked and loaded to move in onto the enemy troops when needed there. But as I say here, you can see this is a nice touch there by Scorpion King, keeping his general back there but giving him a morale bonus. There you can see he's attacking that Macedonian unit in the flank there. Remember, the flank and rear are the weakest parts of any unit on Rome Total War. So well done Scorpion King there. As I say, you can see his red general there, Julii general, give him a morale bonus to his fighting troops. So that's a nice tactical move there by Scorpion King. As I say, this battle's filled with great tactical and strategic moves all over the place there. As I say, newer players to Rome Total War, or somebody that would like to play Rome Total War, you might get a lot of hints and tips from here. Right, here comes a Macedonian cavalry attack there from Barclayman, and bang, as he charges in to the rear of one of Scorpion King's Julii units there. Didn't quite rout it, but make no mistake, he would have damaged that unit a lot there with that cavalry hit. So, let's say, nice move there by Barclayman. Nice opportunist move there, I would say, from Barclayman there. Let's say, I've got my infantry formation there, still not being attacked yet. But over here on the right flank, you can see a cavalry battle going on here. You can see Mantu's cavalry is smashed into mine, and Scorpion King's cavalry. But here comes Mad King's cavalry as well. Look, and bang, as he charges in there. Oh my gosh. So there we are, we got Scorpion King's general giving us a general morale bonus there. Remember that allies generals give their allies morale bonus as well as their own armies there. But you can see Mad King's cavalry charging in there. I can see my SBQR cavalry there. I can see one of my units is routed. My SBQR cavalry is extremely battle damaged now against these enemy cavalry there. You can see the Macedonian cavalry there of Barclayman. Looks like he's going to smash into the rear of us there, into the rear of our engaged cavalry. Look, and bang as he charges in there. Nice tactical attack there by Barclayman, smashing into the back of our engaged troops there. So nice hit there. Right, you can see my cavalry look very, very battle damaged. I think I've got 3 units left. There you go. Look at the numbers there. You can see extremely battle damaged cavalry I've got left now. So it wouldn't surprise me if I lost my cavalry now, unfortunately. But over here you'll see Aurelius. Remember we saw he's got 5 Spartan units there now, all pressing in on the forward units of my battle formation. You've got Mantu bringing his infantry there. Nice support there by TR, putting a couple of his spear units there to cover my left flank. So nice move there by TR. But here you can see more enemy Brutii troops and possibly Macedonian troops coming into my battle formation there. But as I say, on our right flank and right centre, we haven't done too badly there. I think we've done quite well. That Macedonian cavalry is now retreating there, but as I say, it's done its job there. It's really weakened my cavalry. I know Scorpion King's cavalry is extremely battle damaged as well. So both our cavalries there are pretty poor condition that they're in now. But I don't think the enemy's got a lot of cavalry left either, so that's not too bad. Not too bothered about that really. What they need to do now is move over to the left centre and left flank from there then. As you can see here, okay, so at the moment here you'll see, I think all of Mad King's army, including all his cavalry, all his infantry, has now been routed. So we've lost an entire army now in our team. Okay. Sorry, the enemy have lost all that army from their team there. So that's good news for us. There, so as I say, you could see our Egyptian and Carthage ally now moving over from right to left, and what's left of Scorpion King's army as well is moving over to our left centre and left flank there. So it's good news for us. That's we're looking quite good at the moment there, I think, as we move closer over towards the enemy. Pause again for a second here. Right, you can see here that is now all my cavalry has now been routed. Okay, so my 5 cavalry units have now all been taken out, and I have no longer got any cavalry left that I can move around the battlefield. So, and here also you'll see that Mantu and Aurelius are really aggressively attacking my battle formation now. If you notice here, TR has moved a couple of his Sacred Band spear units there to support the forward units of my battle formation against those Spartans that are pushing in on me there. And if you notice there, he's covered my left flank with a couple of his spear units. So nice support move there by TR, helping my infantry out here. Here you'll see JGP's elite Pharaoh bowmen. They've been shooting arrows into the enemy team there. So well done to them. He's got them in close, tight formation for more impact and more damage. And as I say, you can see our Carthage and Egyptian allies are moving their infantry over to the left centre and left flank now from our victorious right flank and right centre. Right, as I say, just look how Mantu is pushing his Brutii infantry into my battle formation there, along with Aurelius' Spartans. Make no mistake here, he wants to take out my battle formation if he can. Just look at that grinding battle going on there. You can see we're still throwing pilers into each other as well, but you can see there how Mantu's really pushing in on my battle formation there. You'll see TR bringing some of his Carthage Sacred Band spearmen over to help. You got JGP's Pharaoh's spearmen there. Those spear guards there as well, Pharaoh guards. But here, as I say, you can see we've managed to take out Barclayman's general. So that's good news. We've routed that general unit there. Scorpion King did that with those couple of Julii units of his. So well done there. Good tactical attack there. Strategic attack. Take the general out. Take the morale bonus away there. And there's Scorpion King's general. You can see him there charging forward with the rest of his infantry. Looks like he's lost his sword in the course of the battle there, as he charges into those Cretan archers. So I say here, very, very difficult to get everything in here because there's so much going on at the same time there. But I think Barclayman's handling Macedon very well there. He doesn't bring Macedon very often, but I've noticed the way he's moving his units around the battlefield there, handling them really well. Oh my gosh, that's a Pharaoh bowman of JGP. He's just been hit by enemy cavalry there. Now those bowmen were already battle damaged and weakened there, so it wouldn't surprise me if he managed to rout all those bowmen there, as you can see. I think they're putting up quite a good fight there. I remember thinking to myself, I could throw my general in there to try and help them out a little bit, even though I don't like exposing my general to too much action there, because I don't want to lose him. But there you can see that Aurelius alt-attacked his militia cavalry, and as I say, you can see the companion cavalry charged in there and taken out all those archers there. So that was a good move there, a good tactical move by the enemy team. They may well want to smash into the back of my battle formation with their cavalry. Can you see that that would be a good tactical move for them to do as well? There I'm going to move my general over there, I was going to try and help the Pharaoh bowmen there, but now I'll try and chase away those cavalry if I can. It wouldn't surprise me if Barclayman took those companion cavalry away from my infantry general there, which he's doing. But now my general is looking exposed there, so I don't like that. I need to run him back into the battle formation there. Right, pause the game for a second. So over here, you'll see there's another unit of Scorpion Kings just been routed there, and you can see the Macedonian pikes there. 2 Macedonian pike units there moving in on our Julii ally there. So I say Barclayman, I've noticed handling Macedon very well there. And here you've got our Egyptian, just look at the length of those Egyptian spears against the massive length of those Macedonian pikes there. A big difference there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. You can see 3 Macedonian units there against our team there. But as I say, my battle formation is under a lot of pressure there. Just look at all those enemy troops pushing in. As I say, TR's being the good teammate that he is, has brought a lot of his units over to help. Plus he's got his general in there as well, giving us extra general morale bonus there. As I say, remember, your general doesn't just give your troops morale bonus, it gives your team morale bonus as well. Okay, so if you notice here, can you see I run my general unit back into my battle formation, but I'm facing backwards there. If you notice there, can you see my units are facing cavalry or any possibly infantry attack that comes in from behind, trying to kill my general there, trying to take the morale bonus away from my troops. So I'm facing the danger there. Here I can see Mantu's got in on the flank of my battle formation there. Plus those Spartans are really making inroads into my battle formation. As I say, Mantu very aggressive there. Over here, oh my gosh, that's bad news for us. Scorpion King's general has now been routed. Okay, so we've lost a general morale bonus there. As I say, you can see JGP's just sitting there with his chariots there. Just not attacking at the moment, but doing the job. Frightened by chariots. See, there, if you look at the writing, frightened by chariots, as we saw earlier in the battle there. So, as I say, he might not look like he's doing anything with the chariots, and people might be thinking, why is he just doing that? But he's doing quite a good job there of sapping the morale of enemy troops. Right, here you can see the Macedonian units really moving into us there. Now, if the Macedonians take on those Pharaoh spearmen there, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Here you can see JGP's taking his chariots up near the enemy troops that are attacking my battle formation there, sapping the morale from them. Oh, there's that cavalry of Aurelius smashing into my general unit there like a bang. As he charged in, wouldn't surprise me if the Macedonian general joined in as well. And there you go. You can see the companion cavalry smashing in there as well. You can see Mantu has already got green Brutii infantry attacking my general unit at the moment. Look, trying to take my general out there, as I say, trying to take the morale bonus away from my troops there. You can see them moving in. There's a cavalry going in again of Aurelius. He took them out, locked and loaded them and charged them back in again with his general this time as well, smashing into the back of my battle formation there. But you can see there the Brutii infantry really pushing in on my general, trying to take my general out there. Okay, so as I say, there JGP doing well with his chariots there, just moving around the battlefield, selecting places to get close to the enemy troops to sap their morale. But over here, you'll see that those Egyptian spear troops there with their short spears against the long pikes of Macedon are having a bit of a scrap there with Barclayman's Macedonian pike units there. You can see there, just at a glance, so you can see how short the spears are. A Scorpion King, I believe, has got 1 unit left. Okay, and that's an archer unit. There you go. That's the only unit Scorpion King has got left. He's been using his archers extremely well around the battlefield. He's always very good tactically with his archers there. He's been shooting into the enemy troops, causing them a lot of casualties there. But as I say, you can see a lot of enemy troops starting to rout now. See that Macedonian cavalry, bang, charged into my general unit again, look, trying to take my general out. This time he's leaving that cavalry in there fighting, look, hoping to get the chance to kill my general there, look. Can you see? But my general unit's still holding there, even though that enemy Brutii infantry is attacking me as well. The Spartans of Aurelius are really making inroads into my battle formation there. They've killed a lot of my troops. Here you've got cavalry in behind us again, look. Wouldn't surprise me if they charge in here. You can see JGP bringing his chariots in. He's finally going to attack with his chariots here, look. You can see them really attacking in on the enemy troops there. But as I say, it wouldn't surprise me, unfortunately, if he lost all his chariots in this particular fight. I can see one chariot unit left now. Can you see that one chariot unit there of JGP's? And there it's gone. So all the chariots of JGP just charged in there have been killed. You see, none of them routed. They've just all been killed by enemy troops there. That enemy cavalry who were all attacked there. You can see those militia cavalry have drawn their swords there. So unfortunately there, all of JGP's chariots have just been taken out. You can see this Macedonian unit pushing in on my flank. As I say, just look at the inroads that those Spartans are making in there. One of the Spartan units have got in behind me as well, look. So my army is still just about holding there, but look at the Brutii and Macedonian units of the enemy closing in on my flanks. Plus, as I say, they got cavalry in behind us as well. So things not looking very good, I think, there for our team. Meanwhile, over here, you'll see that JGP's spearmen are very battle depleted at this stage. He needs to move them over there now to help us, I think. But there you are. You can see my purple SBQR army under a lot of pressure. Just look at the Spartans there pushing in to my battle formation. As I say, you can see TR's general there as well, giving us morale bonus there. But just look how those Spartans have pushed in to my battle formation. They're nearly broken through there, look. You can see, and they've got Spartan unit in behind us as well. Do you see that Spartan unit just glow then? That Spartan unit's just received a battlefield promotion. Remember, when a unit does well, it gets a battlefield promotion, so that unit's got a stripe on it now, a veteran stripe on it. But as I say here, you can see now I've come out of defence mode a little bit there with some of my units, and I'm starting to attack the enemy troops with my Egyptian ally. Okay, so as I say, come out of defence mode. Part of my battle formation has come out of defence mode and gone into attack mode there. Do you see that Spartan unit there just glowed as well? So that Spartan unit's just received a battlefield promotion. They've just killed the Carthage general there as well, so that's bad news for us. And this Macedonian, almost full Macedonian unit there, pushing into my units there, plus that Spartan unit there. It wouldn't surprise me if my SBQR unit started to rout. That Spartan unit just got a battlefield promotion as well. So the Spartan units that you see left there, those three, have all got battlefield promotions. They've all got an experienced veteran stripe on them now. And as I say, just look at the situation there. Now JGP's bringing his Egyptian spearmen into the fray as well. But you can see my SBQR troops being pressed from all directions there by Macedonians and Greek cities. There's another Brutii infantry unit there of Mantus, and that Greek city Spartan unit pushing into my SBQR units. But if you notice there, I'm not going to let my units be trapped. I'm moving them around here so that I can get into a better angle, attack the flanks or rear of attacking troops there. You notice here how, as I say, I'm moving my troops away from that trap where all those pikes and spears are moving in on me. I need to move around the battlefield there. I'm probably going to try and hit that big Macedonian unit there in the flank or rear if I can, because that is a big Macedonian unit there. And as I say, you can see that moving around. I'm just decided I'm going to charge in probably into the flank or rear of that unit. You can see my Egyptian ally there, JGP, moving his spears into that unit as well. So we're both attacking that Macedonian unit there with my SBQR infantry and the Egyptian spearmen there. Okay, you can see that. You can see the general unit of Aurelius. He's moving around, smashing into my infantry. But as I say, this battle, make no mistake, is on a knife edge at this time. Okay, the battle is on a knife edge at this time. Right, I've got one unit there. Can you see one of my SBQR units? I'm fighting two Brutii units and a Greek city unit as well there. Can you see that SBQR unit, I think, is holding quite well there against those three battle damaged enemy units there. And over here we've managed to rout the enemy units that we were fighting, both JGP and myself. Good combination there of JGP spears and my SBQR Roman army there. and it looks like we've just routed most of the enemy troops there, and it looks like our team has managed to go on to to win the battle there. But you can see here it was quite a condensed battle really. Over here on the right flank there you can see especially a lot of Brutii, dead Brutii cavalry there. If you look as we move along the battle line there, you can see the intensity of the fighting there all the way along the battle line there, where our teams crash together. And over here you can see, as I say, the red cloaked Spartan dead always show up in the snow, don't they? You can see them quite clearly. But as I say, there's a lot of dead in the long grass there. There's little skirmishes been going on over here. Look, there's a bit of a cavalry skirmish there. I can see some chariots involved in this particular part of the battlefield as well. So as we move across the battlefield there, you can just see the intensity of the fight in there. But as I say, our team just about managed to to go on to win the battle there. As I say, I think JGP's got maybe 4 or 5 units left. And I've only got about 6 units left myself there. You can see TR there. He was I think he was chasing down some routers there with these Carthaginian units of his. There, you can see he's got 3 units left there, and they're very battle damaged there. One unit's only got 5 men left in there, so it just goes to show how much this was a real grinding down battle of attrition there. You can see that Aurelius has still got his general unit left. I believe his general actually is dead, but he's still got that general unit left there. And knowing Aurelius, he'll fight to the last man, so he's going to charge that cavalry unit into the rear of my SPQ or infantry there, like a bang as he charges in there. Nice hit there, very aggressive. Oh, did you see that unit just glowed? So that cavalry unit there has just got a battlefield promotion. Got another experience stripe on. I think he had 8 upgrades on that anyway, 2 experience stripe, so he's now got 3 experience stripe. But watch how the spears kill the cavalry unit. Did you see how fast those spears killed that cavalry unit in comparison to my Roman infantry there? So I thought that was a nice example there. So as I say, really well played to everybody in the battle there. I thought everybody played well. And as I say, I hope this was a worthy 800th battle for you to watch. As you see, it was a close victory there. As I say, for our 800th, I hope it was a good one. Right, if you look here, who has got the highest kills in the game? And the highest kills goes to Brotherhood member Aurelius, 1,785 kills. Very rare to get to the highest kills in the losing team there. So well done to Aurelius, did really well there with his Spartans. Bearing in mind he only had 10 Spartans in his Greek city's army. So really well done to him there. So well done to Barclayman, got some great kills. I believe Barclayman got the 3rd highest kills in the game with his Macedonians there. So really well done to Barclayman there. He did really well with Macedon. Moved his units around very skillfully. Well done to Madking. As I say, if we get less than 1,000 kills, we're usually a bit disappointed there. But he did well, very aggressive right from the beginning of the battle there. Well done to Aurelius, to say highest kills in the game. Well done to him. And well done to Mantu, very aggressive, very attacking there. So well done to the enemy team. As I say, this game was a little bit laggy at the beginning. I'm pleased with the kills that I got there. If you notice that for most of that battle I was defensive there, just kind of holding the line. So to get that many kills, I was quite pleased with that. And well done to JGP, first time with Egypt. I thought he did well, got over the 1,000 kills there with them on a winter map, so no desert bonus for any of his Egyptian troops. Well done to TR, did really well there. I think he got the 4th highest kills in the game with Carthage. So well done to TR there. And did you notice a great support all over the battlefield? And well done to Scorpion King SR, 2nd highest kills in the game. So really well done to Scorpion. And bearing in mind he only had 9 infantry, I think he did really well there with that army. So I say really well played to everybody in the game there. And if you notice there, the enemy had the 2nd and I think it was the 2nd and 4th highest kills in the game. No, 2nd, sorry, they had the 1st and 3rd highest kills in the game. So that just goes to show how close this battle was. And do you think either team had a faction advantage? So the enemy had Macedon, Rome, Greek cities and Rome. I think that's a pretty strong team there. And we had Rome, Egypt, Carthage and Rome. So looking at the teams, do you think either team had an advantage at all, faction advantage? And just to say, I can't believe we've actually reached 800 multiplayer battles on our Brotherhood YouTube channel. 800. So I just wanted to hopefully choose a nice close battle here that will be memorable and worthy for our 800th battle. Okay, look forward to seeing you on Friday and Saturday on Rome Total War, and bye for now.